Hello everyone and welcome to the 2020 January bookshelf tour on Pontus Presents. These are the shelves I will show you today. This one, and this one. Just to cut down time because I have a lot of other books, as you can see there. And I have some over here. Yeah, I'm gonna do the main shelves today and show the rest of them in upcoming videos, but let's start. So let's start at the top left of the shelf. They're going to be full society books for a while, but let's begin. We have, first off, the Fragments of Sappho, translated by Anne Carson, very nice edition, letterpress. The Life of Alexander the Great, The Voyage of Argo, The Rise of Rome by Polybius, The Lives of the Latest Caesars, The 12 Caesars, The Greek Myths, Marcus Aurelius, Meditations, and The Classical World by Robin Lane Fox. And I should add before I move on that my books are not in any particular order at places. Sometimes I do put them in categories and try to make some kind of logical sense when it comes to the structure of the bookshelf, but otherwise they are quite random, as you can see here. This is a perfect example of that. We have The Imitation of Christ, we have Dante Alighieri, Vita Nuova, Homage to Catalonia by George Orwell, The Prince in Splendor, Hermann Hesse, Steppenwolf, George Orwell again with Animal Farm, The Consolation of Philosophy, Howl's Moving Castle, True Grit, Shakespeare by Anthony Burgess and the Pre-Raphaelite Tragedy, Julian of Norwich, The Revelations of Divine Love, and Fear and Trembling by Søren Kierkegaard. Down here we have My Christianity section. It's not that big, but it fits very nicely on the shelf. We have the Four Gospels, the Authentic Gospel of Jesus, Eusebius, The History of the Church, St. Augustine, City of God, Bede, History of the English Church and People, Saints and Sinners by Eamon Duffy, and the Book of Common Prayer. Very nice edition with marble papers and leather. And to the right of the Christianity shelf we have the Ancient History and Civilization shelf with God's Graves and Scholars, the Aztecs, the Anglo-Saxons. These are part of the Ancient Civilization series from the Fuller Society, the Mayans, the Egyptians, the Persians, the Babylonians, and the Hittites. Very lovely editions. I want to collect all of them, bound in nice buckram. And here you will see some limited editions. The first one is The Color Out of Space by H.P. Lovecraft from Shelter Bookworks. We have Chaucer. I will show that later because I do not have the edition in here. And I have the Alice in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll, illustrated by Charles van Sandwyk, also for the Society Limited Edition. And down here we have another Folio Society Limited Edition. It is the Holcam Bible, a facsimile. We have Life in the English Country House, South Polar Times, A.M. Wilson's The Victorians, and yet another Folio Society Limited Edition. This is Anthony Trollope, The Duke's Children, and the lovely leather-bound edition of News from Nowhere by William Morris. And here is probably the best looking shelf. We have John Milton, Paradise Lost, 2-volume edition. We have the limited edition from the Folio Society, Geoffrey Chaucer, Troilus and Crusader. And I just have to show this edition because it's marvelous. We have the Travels by Marco Polo, The Tomb of Tutankhamun, the other limited edition from the Folio Society. This is the Book of the New Sun by Gene Wolfe. And the Folio Society will continue to dominate this bookshelf for a while yet. Here we have Karen Armstrong, A History of God, The World of Late Antiquity, Cleopatra, A Story as Sharp as a Knife, Helen Castor with 2 books, She-Wolves and Joan of Arc, The Deeds of the English Kings, Reformation in 2 volumes, Foucault's Pendulum by Umberto Eco, The Snow Leopard by Peter Matheson, Hans Andersen's Fairy Tales, East of the Sun and West of the Moon, George R. R. Martin's A Game of Thrones, The Mandarins by Simone de Beauvoir, and George Orwell's A Life in Letters and Diaries. And lastly, Peter Kropotkin, Memoirs of a Revolutionist. And over here we have Twelfth Night by William Shakespeare, The Rime of the Ancient Mariner by Coleridge, Rubaiyat of Umar Khayyam, the Odes of Horace, the Bhagavad Gita, the Symposium by Plato, the Analects by Confucius, Hassan, a nice play, 4 volumes of Plutarch's Lives, and up here we have the facsimile edition of William Morris' Rubaiyat of Umar Khayyam as well. Now we take a break from Full Society books and dive into some art books. We have Leonardo da Vinci, The Complete Works, Hieronymus Bosch, Complete Works, Hiroshige, 3 Hayao Miyazaki books, The Art of Princess Mononoke, Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind, Spirited Away, Hokusai Beyond the Great Wave, The Art of the Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien, and The Art of the Hobbit. We have Alice in Wonderland, illustrated by Salvador Dali, watercolor illustrations, very astonishing. William Blake, the Dante's Divine Comedy, William Blake edition, and the Book of Miracles from Taschen as well. And on this little shelf we have the Patrick O'Brien Aubrey Maturin series of books from HarperCollins. We have 3 Taschen Bibliotheca Universalis editions, Alchemy and Mysticism, Dali, and the Book of Bibles. And now we are back with the Folio Society. We have Prehistory, The Making of the Human Mind, the Renaissance, Muhammad and Charlemagne, Genghis Khan, the great Kublai Khan, and as we know him in the West, Tamerlane, the Pillow Book of Sage Shanagon, the Time Traveller's Guide to Medieval England, the Time Traveller's Guide to Elizabethan England, Paris in the Middle Ages, the Big Chief Elizabeth, John Aubrey, Brief Lives, with Napoleon in Russia, 1812, Shakespeare's Sonnets, A Hero Born, Sun Tzu, Art of War, Outlaws of the March, Chinese Fairy Tales and Fantasies, Selling Courts, World of Herodotus, Dynasties of China, Voltaire, Candide, and Peter Ackroyd, The Life of Thomas More. And I didn't even see it here. This is the Amaranthine Books edition of A Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by Robert Louis Stevenson. Down here we have some fan favorites. The Fellowship of the Ring, The Two Towers, The Return of the King by J.R.R. Tolkien, and A Reader's Companion. Some deluxe edition from HarperCollins, Unfinished Tales, The Silmarillion, The Hobbit, The Story of Kalarvo, Letters from Father Christmas, and the deluxe edition illustrated by Alan Lee of The Lord of the Rings. Here we have some comic books and manga. Usagi Yojimbo by Stan Sakai, love Stan Sakai, and Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind, the manga by Hayao Miyazaki, the annotated Alice in Wonderland, Haruki Murakami, his latest novel, H.P. Lovecraft, The Complete Fiction, and Robert Jordan, The Eye of the World, the first book in the Wheels of Time series. And here are the giants of the shelf. We have Botticelli from Prestol, the Gutenberg Bible from Taschen, Cities of the World, Michelangelo, The Complete Works, Caravaggio, The Complete Works, and Peter Bruegel, The Complete Works as well. And this is a very, very large edition. And now we're down on the lowest part of the shelf. We have 3 Buddhist works, the Dhammapada, the Majjhima Nikaya, and the Dikka Nikaya, the Essential Rumi to Joseph Campbell books, Goddesses and the Hero with 1,000 Faces, Isländska mytsagor, Icelandic myth sagas, a few of them, the original Brother Grimm's fairy tales, the Poetiska Eddan, the Poetic Edda, the Book of Tea, Philostratus and Clement of Alexandria, the Landmark, Julius Caesar, The Complete World of Greek Mythology, Snorre Sturlason's Heimskringla, and here are this is the newly released edition from Alan Lee, his sketches, Nordiska Väsen, Nordiska Gudar, and De Odöda by Johan Egerkrans, and Names Upon the Harp, and this massive collection of Shakespeare plays, all of them annotated from Norton, the Norton Shakespeare, and the visual companion to the Tale of Genji. And we continue with Aristotle, 2 volumes, his complete works, Plato's complete works, Spinoza's complete works, the Beowulf manuscript, the Vulgate Bible, volume 1, the Pentateuch, and a biography of Elizabeth I of England. Then it continues with the Hebrew Bible by Robert Alter, translated by him, the Septuagint with the Apocrypha, Greek New Testament in Koine Greek, the Holy Bible, the Adobe Reims version, and the English Standard Version. And we have come to the last part of my bookshelf. These are the complete works by Chaucer, Hedvig Charlotta Nordenflykt, Skrifter, Sömngåtan. This is a Swedish translation of Matthew Walker's book on sleep, the New Oxford Annotated Bible, and the Luther Bible from Taschen as well. And that was the January 2020 bookshelf tour. I hope all of you enjoyed it. I know it has been anticipated, and that I should probably do them a bit more often. But now it's done. The main shelf is done. I will show the rest of the books in another upcoming video, but stay tuned for that. Otherwise, I want to thank all of you for a fantastic 2019. I hope this year will be even better. Read a lot of books, and if you want to see any of these books, just comment and I will try to push them for upcoming videos. But otherwise, thank you for watching, and I hope I will see you all next time. Goodbye.